Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of HyperSquiZ playing FTB. Today I'm going to move on from the usual of industrial. I'm going to move on to a bit of agriculture, and I'm going to sort out my cow farm. From this I should get a nice supply of beef for food, which would be great. A good supply of leather, which can be used for all sorts of things, along with books and the like. And more importantly, I'm going to get a really good supply of milk out of it, because I want to use the milk in force engines to get a better coolant. So I'm going to head off to an area I've dedicated for this, and we'll start building the farm. So if we head on over this way, over where the power plant is, down the back here, there's quite a large area that I'm not using yet, just beyond this hill. I'll probably do a bit of landscaping, get this hill knocked down. So over here we've got this area here. I reckon I could build a few farms in this bit, and it'd be quite good. So that's my plan. Okay, well I started off doing a bit of landscaping first because I needed to flatten the land out because it was a bit rough and it was been really awkward to build on. So here I'm just placing down some dirt, getting it all leveled out, clearing all the grass, a few plants, getting in the way, usual. Nearly there. I decided just to leave it at this level. I could have gone up another level, but thought no, it's going to take too long. I'll leave it there, that's good. So I cleared back the dirt around the edges, give me a bit more room to work with. I originally started out having a plan to have the farm quite large, but I ended up actually keeping it quite small and contained. I may revisit it later on, but for now I'm just going to keep it small. So I laid down stone brick around the edge, created some little 5x5 areas, because the rancher and some of the other mine factory loading machines I'm going to be using require or work in a 5x5 area. So I set those up. Basically one area is going to be for fresh cows, new cows, my breeding ones. They're going to breed, the babies will get moved into the second compartment, and then once they reach adulthood they'll get moved to the third compartment where they'll be slaughtered and used to collect leather, meat and everything. See, I'm using fences here just to tidy it up a bit and make it look a bit more agricultural. And then I just went around the roof with a bit of spruce, steps around the edge. And then once I eventually get the steps done, I move on and start putting a flatter roof on. Because originally I was going to do a peaked roof, but I decided I didn't want to do that. But again, I may revisit it. I think it's a very small, simple structure. Simple structure for a simple purpose, just to breed and farm your cows. There we go, just filling in the middle. I was finding it a bit awkward at times to get the blocks in the right places. Still find it a bit awkward to build roofs sometimes, because they just you try and place a block floating and you just can't do it, so it was a bit annoying. There you go, I just decided to make the main roof here slightly more peaked. It goes up a little bit further and then flattens off, and then the lower roof is just flat. And it was getting a bit dark, so I went around, put some torches down, light the place up a bit so I can see what I'm doing, and did the same inside the farm, so the actual farm itself was lit up so I could see exactly what was going on. There we go, just finishing off the roof. And once I had it flat like that, I wasn't happy with it, so I decided half slabs. What I did there, just half slabbed the entire roof, and I did the same to the main roof as well. And the advantage to half slabbing it is nothing's going to spawn on top of there either, and so I don't need torches on the roof. Took away my dirt tower so I didn't have that in the way anymore. And decided, after taking a look, that I needed to tweak a few things inside. Add some extra fencing that you can't quite see what's going on there. I then decided to cut back the dirt a bit more because it was interfering with the fences and they were kind of connecting to the dirt and didn't look right. Once I'd finished clearing the dirt, I thought I'd put a little bit of gravel at the front just to make it look a bit better. And it gives me an area to set up my working space. Now a bit of fence around the edge with a torch on just to light up. But anyway, after all that, this is what I was left with, and that's the finished product. Okay, well I've made all the machinery for the farm now. I'm going to place this first, which is the breeder, which is quite an important machine in this build. So we got 2 sheets of plastic, a golden apple, it was 2 golden carrots, a machine frame, the reception coil, and a couple of purple dies. It's all fairly easy stuff to make and use quite regularly. So we just place the breeder here, going inwards, and we'll put wheat in there, and that will feed wheat to the cows and breed them up. The cows that are in that first compartment, we want to use the rancher on, and the rancher is just plastic sheets, a liquid duct, the machine frame, 2 pairs of shears, reception coil, and 2 tin ingots. All of these follow a similar pattern in the recipe. They have the sheets and the frame and the reception coil. They just replace these other 5 pieces. So we want to place the rancher there, which I've already put a pipe down for. And that's outputting up to my tank on top, and that will just pull milk out of any cow in this compartment. Next we want a chronotyper to go there, and the chronotyper is just that same pattern again, but with emeralds, which obviously are quite awkward to get hold of unless you have a good village nearby or have done a lot of mining, and 2 more purple dies. And we need another one of those over here. This first one needs to be set to moving babies, so it can move babies out of here into this compartment, where they can grow into adults, where this one can then pull the adults out into this one. And finally, we need the grinder, which we made before, if you remember, which is a couple of books, tin gears, and a golden sword in place of those 5 parts, and then the plastic sheets, machine frame, and redstone reception coil. For temporary sake, I'm just going to, or for convenience, I'm just going to put that there. All the drops from here will pull out of here and go to that chest for the moment. Later on, I'll send them to the house. I'm not quite sure which way I'm going to do that yet. There's a few ways of doing it. I'm going to choose which one's best. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to coax a couple of cows back here and get some wheat, and I'll show you what this baby can do. Here you go, we've got a couple of cows in there. As you can see already, the milk is flowing really quickly. And if I look in here, it's just ticking over, pulling a bucket of milk out like every couple of seconds. This has literally only been running for a couple of minutes. I mean, I've only had the cows in there a short time, and already you can see the milk going up on the tank. See exactly how much is in there. I imagine it's quite a bit already. It's a pretty quick way of doing this. So look at the rate of that. It's already at about to hit 80,000. 80 buckets of milk, and it's really not been running long. It doesn't use a whole lot of power, and it's pretty easy. Right, next thing we'll do is start breeding them so that I can start growing adults and getting the leather and meat. So what I want to do is just dump all this wheat in here, and when this reaches bottom, it'll breed the cows. We'll get a babby. And once the other machine there reaches idle, if I've got it the right way round, it should move the baby. It did not. I think I've got the machine the wrong way around. Hang on, let me just tweak this. These machines... wrong place. These machines, if they are the wrong way around, that'll be annoying because I placed them the same way as all the other machines. Right, so if I pop this out, plonk it that way around, There you go, that's better. And I'll have to do this one as well, because that's the wrong way around. So there you go. Something to note, when placing the chronotypers, you have to place them the opposite way round to any other machine. That makes no sense whatsoever, but okay. So there you go, that's moving babies in here. And what I'll do is I'll just hop through... Oh wait, no, get back. I'll just plonk that there. Oh great, now I've moved the baby in here. Okay, well that was a test. I don't need to kill him because he's going to unfortunately get killed by the grinder. And basically the adults will come into here. Ah, actually no wait, it looks like the grinders ignore babies. Well that's nice. That's lucky for the baby. He'll just stay there until he grows up and then he'll get killed then. In theory then, I don't really need this last compartment, but I like to separate it up. You could shrink this down then and have the grinder in with the chronotyper in here. So you just have 2 compartments. I'm going to keep it separate just so that I can keep the babies separate from the slaughterhouse. It just, in my opinion, looks more humane, because otherwise it looks like you're trying to grind up babies. Get in there. Yeah, excuse me. It looks like you're trying to grind up babies, and we don't want that. It just looks better this way. So there we go. That is a fully working cow farm. All I've got to do now is pipe everything back to the house and find a use for the milk, which is really filling up quick. And there we have it. Another productive day down on the Hyperdyne Industries farm and industrial area. So now I can remove this from the board. One more thing down. Hey, get rid of that. Yeah, so that's good. What should I do next time, I wonder? I'm not quite sure. There's a few options, but I think I'll have a think before I decide what I'm going to do. Okay, well, that's all I've got time for today, so I just want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please drop me a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. You can hook me up on Twitter, you can catch me there quite often, and I look forward to hearing from you. See you around.